It's a simple question on the May 17th special election ballot that helps resolve a complex problem in funding our schools. Basically, Prop 123 asks voters if we will allow the state of Arizona to increase its annual withdrawal of interest earnings from the State Trust Land Permanent Fund for the next 10 years, and use that money to pay K-12 school districts and charter schools as part of a solution that resolves a lawsuit against the state that was filed in 2010. Educators from around the state sued the Arizona legislature, claiming it failed to fully fund voter-mandated inflationary increases during the Great Recession. The courts agreed and ruled that the state owed Arizona schools about $1.3 billion. That's the part that Prop 123 helped solve. So the parties agreed after lots of negotiation to ask voters to increase the withdrawal on the trust fund to provide dedicated revenue for inflation adjustments and make additional investments in education over the next 10 years. Because the amount that can be withdrawn from the State Trust Land Permanent Fund is written in the Arizona Constitution, and any change to the Constitution requires a vote of the people, that's you and me, to say it's okay, or not. This is land that was granted to Arizona by the federal government when we first became a territory back in 1863 with the provision that it be held in trust, mostly for the benefit of public education. Money is generated from these lands by leasing it for a wide variety of commercial uses. These monies flow directly to our schools. State trust lands can also be sold, and when they are, these dollars are added to the State Trust Land Permanent Fund and then invested. This trust fund has grown to over $5.2 billion today. If Prop 123 passes, it will provide about $3.5 billion to K-12 schools across Arizona for the next 10 years, which is enough to restore past unpaid state funding and provide required annual inflationary increases during that time, and still not have a negative impact on the trust fund, which is projected to grow to over $6 billion in 10 years, even with the increased distribution to schools. Proposition 123 is not a long-term education funding plan, nor does it replace local sources of funding like bonds and overrides, but it does help resolve the court-ordered and voter-mandated education funding to account for inflation.